Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the first episode of TechByte on Salam Media. My name is Faizel Patel. We have a very packed show for you this evening. It is my first show. I've been not on air since September, so it's good to be back on air. I'm nervous, so please forgive me for any shortcomings. As I mentioned, we've got a packed show for you today, and we're going to be speaking about some very important items, very important items, gadgets, gizmos, and a whole lot of mobile phones as well. Remember, you can interact with me by sending me a tweet on at Faizel Patel 143. You can also check me out on Instagram at Faizel Patel 143. And some of the products that I'm speaking about will be available on my YouTube channel. So you can check it out on Faizel Patel. Also hit the subscribe button and like some of the videos as well. So remember that this show is being broadcast live on Salam Media, so check out their social pages and you can tune in. It is the first show, as I mentioned. I do apologize, I'm a bit nervous. I haven't been on air since September last year, so I need to get into the groove of things, but that is no excuse. So one of the things that we are suffering with at the moment is load shedding. So whether you are in Omondi as we are this evening, or you can be in Lanesia or anywhere around the country, no doubt you're experiencing some sort of load shedding. Now, just on the newsy side, load shedding will end tomorrow at 5 o'clock as per ESCOM. But if you've been following the ESCOM saga story, you'll understand that the load shedding is not a short term problem. It's a long term problem and it will be with us for a long time. Now, I've had a lot of questions with regards to, but what do you do? You're working from home with COVID 19, people are working from home. How do you battle? How do you sort out the COVID 19 issue by working from home? And how do you sort out the ESCOM issue? Well, I'm going to give you some solutions and I'm only going to touch on it very basically. So you can check out the whole video on my YouTube channel. So you've got a couple of choices, right? Number one, you can use the traditional candles, which is absolutely ridiculous because you're not going to be able to work with it, especially for those that are working at home and you maybe can't watch TV and there's no lights and that sort of stuff. So that's the last resort. Then, secondly, you can get the solar system, which is extremely expensive. You're looking anywhere between 50 and 60,000 and probably even more, depending on the system that you want. Then I came out with two other solutions which I think are very viable. You can get a generator, right? But the only problem that I found with a generator is that it's very noisy, number one, and it's very pollutive. When I'm saying noisy, is I got a neighbor where I stay, and he stays 3 doors away from me, and I can hear his generator, and I can actually smell the fumes. So that is not a viable option. And if the diesel gets finished, then you still need to go out and you need to go buy diesel. Now, what I've got in my home, and you can check this out in the YouTube channel where I did a full review about the inverter. Now, this I think is a beautiful and practical solution. You can see it on your screen now. This is the inverter that I got at home. It's actually my inverter. So what you see is the big black box at the bottom, and you see the inverter on top. In that black box, there are two batteries, and on top of that is the inverter. So what happens is this black box and the inverter is then connected to your DB board. For those that don't understand, the DB board is basically the board where your main switch and everything is at home. So when that happens, right, when the lights go out, this automatically kicks in, right? And when it automatically kicks in, that means you don't lose any lights or you don't lose any plugs depending on what you want to connect it to. So in my case, I'm going to give you an example. When the lights go out, I can run all my lights at home. That means every room's lights, including inside and outside. I can run my bedroom's plugs where my router is for my fiber connection. I can run my office plugs where I can work and I can do my work, and I can also run the Wi-Fi, which is very important, right? We can even watch TV. We can have the decoder on, so it works perfectly. All your lights on. Unfortunately, some of the bedrooms light plugs rather will not be switched on. So the kids plugs in their bedrooms are not connected. Another thing that you won't able to run with it is also the fridge and the stove. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, but what's the point? The point is that the fridge and the stove draws a lot of electricity. I mean, so much that the batteries that you put in will not actually last. So the inverter is a practical and good solution. Now, let me tell you how long it lasts. Now, last week we had a power station problem in Indonesia South, and the lights were gone for almost 17 to 24 hours. And I promise the next morning when we woke up and the lights were restored, we still had the inverter running. So it is a very practical solution. Now we're going to come on to cost. How much does it actually cost? Well, the setup that I got and the one that you seen in the picture just before it went away is about 8,000 rand. Now you might think it's pricey, but this is a solution and a long-term solution. It is less pollutive and it is less noisy. But remember that it depends on the setup that you want. If you want for 5 bedrooms, it's going to be slightly more. If you want certain other things run, it's going to take more battery. It's going to cost you more. So the setup that I got is about 8,000 rand, and I can tell you and I can assure you that it works perfectly. Now, if you want to check out the full video of the review, please go to my YouTube channel at Faizel Patel, and you can check the inverter video there. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and also hit the like button. Now, a lot of people that know me and know that I host a technology show will know that I love reviewing phones and I love going to launches, and I've been to a few launches recently. I'm actually going to one this coming Wednesday, which is a Samsung launch. But at the moment, I do have the Galaxy Fold here with me. So I'm going to open it up and you can check how it looks. This is the Galaxy Fold, guys. Check this out. Absolutely brilliant device. I've been using this phone for a few weeks, and the YouTube video for this particular phone is also on my YouTube channel, the full review. Now, a lot of people will ask me, who is this phone aimed with or to? Well, as myself as a journalist, and I do excuse my nervousness again, as I mentioned, a long time since I've been on air, but the phone is aimed a lot at business people, journalists, and those people that need to carry a tablet and a phone. So let me give you an example. Last week there was a breaking story, and I actually forgot my tablet at home, but I had this phone with me. I was able to write the story, publish it onto my website, Wired to News, send it out on social media, all using this tablet phone. So for a journalist, it's absolutely perfect. There's no need for me to carry my iPad or any other tablet. And last night, we were actually watching a YouTube video on this, a 30-minute video, and it works absolutely perfect. It's going to be a big screen, but it folds out into a screen, and you can keep it into your pocket, and it folds out into a tablet. Now, as opposed to the flip doesn't open up into a tablet. This one actually opens up into a tablet. Now, specifications and all other details, I'm not going to share. Please check out the YouTube video. So price wise, looking at about 38,000 rand. But let's look at it. If you buy a high end phone, it's going to cost you anywhere between 17 and 18,000 rand, and a tablet is going to cost you around also 17. So you're looking at almost 35 to 40,000 rand, perhaps more. Here you got the both devices in your pocket. Now I found it perfectly useful. It really helps me in the work I do, especially with breaking stories. And as a journalist, I need to cover this as quickly as possible. So it really helps. Now, just to remind the listeners that this show that you are watching this evening is live. And if there's any questions that you may have, please drop me a tweet on it, Faizel Patel 143. I'm also on Instagram and I'm also on Facebook. And if I can't answer the question this evening, inshallah, I will then try to answer it in next week's show. So hopefully we can get a lot of more interaction on the show. Now, speaking about launches and Samsung, this coming Wednesday, Samsung will be launching another phone. So it's touted to be the new SE or Samsung S22. So if you love Samsung and you love Android devices and your contract is up for renewal, my suggestion is wait. Especially if you want a high end phone. My suggestion is wait, see what Samsung will be launching this Wednesday, and then you take it from there. The SE22, well, from what I've seen in rumors, we normally get the same feed as the overseas guys. So we're gonna get exactly the information way beforehand that you'll ever see it. We normally sign NDAs, which is non-disclosure agreements, and we're not allowed to tweet these things until it goes live. But you can stay tuned to my channels and my social media channels for all the latest updates. So if you want to upgrade the phone, your phone, if your contract is up for renewal, I suggest that you wait a bit, see what is on offer, and you take it from there. If you want on a high-end phone, but if your contract is up for renewal and you don't want to spend too much, and you only got 300-400 in a month, then contact me on my social media. I can advise you because sometimes people are clueless. Hey, Faisal, you know what? I only got 7,000 rand. I only got 8,000 rand. Or I can only afford 450 a month. What phone do I take? I don't want an Apple iPhone because it's too expensive. There's millions of Androids out there. There's the LG. Well, they discontinued now. There's Samsung. There's Huawei. There's the Oppo. There's so many others. There's Vivo. How do you know what is the best phone for you? And this is some of the questions I hope to answer on this particular show. So the Samsung event taking place this coming Wednesday. Stay tuned to my channels. I'll give you all the latest updates. Now, finally, we're coming to a very important product, and this is aimed more for the ladies at home. It is more a home appliances, a home appliance. So recently, we know that, and I'm going to come back to COVID-19, is that people don't want to go out, and they never used to go out because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I picked up a nice machine, and no doubt you've seen it. It's called the Philips pasta maker or pasta machine. Now, this particular device, I mean, it has really made making pasta very, very easy. It is quick, it is fast, and if you love pasta, you'll enjoy this machine. Now, they are pricey. Let's not kid here. They are pricey, but it's a worthwhile investment. So if you look at the machine on your screen, it's got two little knobs on the side, and in the middle, it's got an extractor. That's where the pasta comes out. Now, let me tell you that this machine makes pasta, right? Before it is cooked, it makes the pasta in 8 minutes. So what you do is you take flour, you take eggs, and you take some other ingredients, put it into the machine, and after you put it into the machine, it mixes and blends all this mixture, and it comes out through those little nozzles, and then you got pasta. You can have sort of macaroni shape, you have that screwy ones, and then once you take it from there in 8 minutes, you put it onto the stove and you cook it, add chicken and add a whole lot of other stuff. So that's absolutely brilliant. I really enjoy this. My wife Amara is crazy, but like I said, they are expensive, but it's a worthwhile investment. And they really do make wonderful, wonderful pasta. This video is also on my YouTube channel, so please check it out. You can see from conception of the video how we made the pasta, how it tastes, and it's really wonderful. I want to just acknowledge a message that's come through from Mumtaz Ali. Wow, definitely sounds like a great investment. It is, Mumtaz, trust me, absolutely wonderful, wonderful investment. So jazakallah for that comment, and check it out as well. So over the coming weeks we will feature this particular products, we'll feature phones, we'll feature Q&As and many other aspects. So if there's anything that you want me to touch on, anything that you need answers on, please drop me a tweet, or you send Salam Media a question, phone them, and then they'll send it to me and I'll try to answer them as well. Another thing I want to share with you before we conclude, when the video or the promo of me hosting this tech show went out, it was circulated widely on various social media platforms, actually went viral. Somebody actually contacted me and asked me about something which I think is very pertinent. I want to conclude the show with that. A lot of you and some of you might have a radio Bilal in your home. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's a little speaker about this size, I think, probably about 20-30 centimeters. It plugs into an electrical socket and it's got a little aerial, and you can tune into your masjid, your local masjid, and you can listen to the salah, you can listen to the bayans or whatever it is. Now, these things are available. So the brother did ask me the question: is there an alternative to this, which is like tuning in directly to the masjid? Well, without a physical equipment, there isn't anything. So you have to have the radio Bilal. But if you got a smartphone, right, whether Android or Apple, you do get the Smart Bilal app. So download it. It looks like a little green app with a little speaker thing. It's called the Smart Bilal app. So what I suggested to the brother, and this is something you can do. One is you can use your mobile phone and you can stream whatever is being broadcast on your masjid. That you can do that, Apple or Android, one of the two. The second thing is you can go to a shop, buy yourself a cheapy tablet. No, not much. 400-500 rand that runs Android. You're not going to get Apple because the iPads are quite expensive. So a cheap Android tablet which can allow you to go to the Play Store and download the Smart Bilal app. Once you download the Smart Bilal app, make it a part of your home. I mean the tablet. Put it into a corner, get a little stand for it, hook up a speaker to it, whatever it is, and leave it on the Smart Bilal app all the time. So if you go onto the app, you register, and you look for your masjid that's on there. Now, I'm in Lenasia South, it's Masjid Uthman Ghani. If you are in Lens, it's Masjid Ashraf. There's many others. There's Sabri Chishti as well. You select that masjid. If there is a live broadcast, it will then play onto your tablet via the speaker, and you can leave that as a permanent fixture on your home. So that's basically the only solution I get. Now, the brother did ask me about Google Home Mini. Now, the Google Home Mini, I've got a few in my home. If you tell the Google Home Mini, hey, listen, hey Google, play the Quran, it's going to play you something which is pre-recorded and not live. So it doesn't really work. And then if you want to stream the Smart Bilal app or your smart speaker, it only works on the Apple HomePod for the time being. I will contact Google and find out exactly when you're going to make this available as well. So that's my solution for the Smart Bilal app. But let me remind listeners and viewers this evening that not all masajid are listed on the Smart Bilal app. So if you living in an area where your masjid is not on that Smart Bilal app, I would suggest you contact your trustees of the masjid, ask them to contact Smart Bilal or the administrators of the Smart Bilal app and ask them to add your masjid. It really does help the Smart Bilal app because sometimes you don't want to go out and you listen to bayan and you're sitting at home. You can do that. And for the women folk that can't come to masjid or don't want to go to masjid, then that will be a perfect solution. So if there's more questions, as I mentioned, please do drop me a tweet on at Faizel Patel 143. You can also get me on Instagram at Faizel Patel 143, on Facebook.com/Faizel Patel. And remember the YouTube channel. Everything I spoke about this evening, the pasta maker, the Galaxy Fold, and including the inverter, which I'm sure will get a lot of questions, is available on my YouTube channel. And if there is question there, drop in there and I will try to answer it. So that takes us to the end for the first tech show called Tech Byte on Salam Media. Inshallah, we will continue with the tech show next week, Sunday at the same time. Remember that we are heading towards winter very, very slowly, and also the blessed month of Rajab. We in Rajab, you're going to get Shaban and we're going to get Ramadan, so we're not far off. So, it's going to come towards winter, and then inshallah, we'll take the tech show from there. But if there's any questions, please, I urge you, remember that this program is live. We can share it on the different platforms and ask me those questions. I want to make it as interactive as possible, and I want to help you with whatever technology issues that you may have. Remember that technology is what makes the world go round. The COVID-19 has put us in such a difficult situation that we have become totally reliant on this. I mean, you watching me probably from a smartphone at home or from a tablet, and you're using it using technology. And this is what technology has done. It has made the world a very small place, but a beautiful place. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Please don't forget to tune in on Salam Media next week for another installment of the show. Until then, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.